Hello, everyone, and welcome to a new episode of New Lunar Radio.
So it's a new Lunar Radio?
New Lunar Radio.
New Lunar Radio.
I'm your host, Jabroni,
I'm here.
and the person who is here is Darkle.
Okay.
Just quit trying to be incognito, Darks.
But I press Control-Shift-N.
Incognito browser jokes.
Mm-hmm.
We are...
The highest class of humor.
So, because we're lazy, mostly I'm lazy. It wasn't your fault, it was my fault.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't record an episode last week. That means we're going to do 2 episodes of Ponies on today's show.
What?
2 of them.
2 whole episodes.
I know, it's crazy, right?
You're not allowed to do that.
But I think we're going to do it anyways.
What? Preposterous.
Yep. First, we're going to do For Whom the Sweetie Belle Toils.
For whom the Sweetie Belle toils.
Yep, it's who she toils for.
But for whom?
You'll just have to wait and find out.
Oh, okay.
And then after that, Leap of Faith. Stupid title. Anyways, we open on Rarity, working on some clothing with Sweetie Belle, anxious to assist. Turns out the wardrobe is for Sapphire Shores and her backup dancers. It's a prestigious order, according to Rarity, and Sapphire Shores' tour launches next week. She needs them for the day after she needs them the day after tomorrow at the latest.
Mm-hmm.
Rarity says that there should be enough time. That prompts Sweetie Belle to ask her to check on the dresses she made for the Cutie Mark Crusaders for a play they're going to be holding. Rarity kind of agrees, only to find out that Sweetie Belle needs them for tomorrow night, but as we just found out, she's already pretty backed up.
Mm-hmm. So what you're saying is Sweetie Belle is a procrastinator?
Yeah, Sweetie Belle's pretty much a procrastinator. But she's also a guilt tripper.
What?
She pulls the guilt trip, and Rarity agrees, as long as she can get other people to help her with the Sapphire Shores outfits.
In which Rarity will pull the guilt trip to do.
Yes. Like sister. Rarity ends up seeing the dresses, and they are atrocious, as would be the case, even though they alluded that Sweetie Belle would be good at making things. Oh no, they alluded that she wasn't good at making things. They alluded that she was good at singing. I remember that now from way back in the day.
Way back in season 1?
You got it.
What?
Dumb fabric, etc., etc.
The episode where Charlie said My Little Ponies.
Dumb fabric.
Okay.
They fast forward to the play, and Rarity is not there yet with the dresses, even though Cheerilee is badgering them to get on stage. Turns out Sweetie Belle was supposed to tell her about the dresses a week ago. Weeks ago. Not just a week ago. Weeks ago. But couldn't, quote-unquote, find the time to tell her. Turns out the play is full-on Sweetie Belle. It's Sweetie Belle Productions, as it were. Rarity shows up just in the nick of time, and the dresses are fabulous now. They're like all shiny and not made of dish rags like they were before and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
The crowd seems to really like the show, and they give him a standing ovation. I don't know how they would do that, but, you know, ponies, they be clapping with their hooves on the ground, I guess. The girls decide they must face their public with grace, modesty, and class.
And class.
Yeah, classy.
Mm-hmm.
They show up like divas, of course. And Spike notes that their sisters would have loved it if they were there. And not even Rainbow Dash showed up. Even though Scoots is really sad about that.
Yep.
Turns out they were working on the Sapphire Shores outfits with Rarity, as she was way behind. I wonder why. Maybe somebody asked her to, do some dresses, a day before they were due?
Mm-hmm. Maybe. Procrastination, what?
Turns out that the people were giving a standing ovations to the dresses in any event. So this, causes Sweetie Belle to have a psychotic break, or close to one, as a young foal can.
Mm-hmm.
We shift back to the main six, putting the finishing touches on the Sapphire Shores outfits. Rarity is finishing up a headpiece that will be the centerpiece of the whole ensemble. And there's one hidden stitch in the very middle that holds it all together.
Having a single point of failure there just seems stupid.
That's one way to put it. Another way to put it is it's really, really stupid.
I mean, really. You gotta have redundancy in your outfits.
That's right.
Especially if it's a stitch. Stitches go bad all the time.
I mean, just ask Janet Jackson. Redundancy would have helped her a lot.
What was she doing? I forget.
Super Bowl.
Oh, right.
2004.
All I remember is Super Bowl, I have to actually look this one up.
Oh, no.
Because it happened in Arizona. 2009.
What happened in that one?
Well, back in 2009, some parts of Arizona, somebody hacked into the Comcast broadcast of the Super Bowl and inserted porn.
Oh, yeah. I remember that.
Yep.
That's funny.
And what did Comcast do? Give subscribers a $10 credit.
Woo!
Hooray.
You won out twice.
Yep.
They get all the dresses packed, and Sweetie Belle shows up upset that the dresses were perfect.
Why would she ever be upset that things turned out well?
The other five make a quick exit as Sweetie Belle browbeats Rarity for making the dresses too perfect and stealing the spotlight again, just like her 5th birthday party. Foreshadowing.
What? Wait, you're saying that things happened in the past when we brought up as things happened in the past?
Yeah.
Ponies have a history? What? No.
What? Rarity has no idea what she's talking about, but Sweetie Belle just won't give up. Sweetie Belle ends up pouting in her room. Rarity thinks that she should talk to her, but ends up waiting instead. And night falls. Switch to Sweetie Belle trying to sleep. She's tossing, turning, still holding a huge grudge over the whole thing, unceremoniously. She goes to get a drink of water and then sneaks over to Rarity's room and pulls the hidden stitch from the headdress.
The single point of failure can easily be sabotaged? No.
Yes.
Something tells me that these ponies don't think much ahead.
Her sabotage complete, she falls asleep without a whimsy in the world.
Without a whinny?
Without a whinny. And it turns out that she starts to dream about winning an award for her play. But a giant...
What?
But a giant Rarity cloud shows up and starts literally raining on her parade.
So was this cloud a rarity, or was it a cloud shaped as Rarity?
It was a cloud shaped as Rarity with the evil laugh of Rarity.
Boy, that's quite a rarity, wouldn't you say?
Yep.
I don't think I've ever seen one of those before.
I know, me neither.
Whoa.
All of a sudden, fan favorite Luna shows up, makes the cloud disappear. We all know it's not Cadence, so we all know how you will respond.
It should be Cadence. Cadence is fan favorite. I'm a fan. She's my favorite. Fan favorite.
Fan favorite Luna pretty much tells Sweetie Belle it's a dream, based on the strangeness of it. Pretty much is like, hey, what do you think? Luna says that she can relate due to a sister that outshines her. And Sweetie Belle drops back into her 5th birthday party. We find a slightly younger Sweetie Belle, poorly plastering herself with lipstick and wearing a dress and pair of shoes that are a bit too big for her. She was looking to make a grand entrance, in her own words. When she finally heads down the stairs, she was posing at the top of them, waiting to be noticed. Instead, the party goers were too interested in the party favors that Rarity has made. This causes Sweetie to be very jealous and hurt. She's sad. Luna then says, maybe there's more to the story. All the parts that you didn't see. And shows her, with her magical powers, the other half that she missed. Turns out that the party goers were getting pretty bored waiting for Sweetie Belle, and Rarity does her best to entertain them. so Sweetie Belle doesn't end up excommunicated from people forever. Because, 5-year-olds really remember that time that birthday party was really boring.
Yeah, 5-year-old. I remember my 5-year-old birthday party.
I
assume there's cake, maybe?
I think there was cake and presents at mine.
Maybe. I can't quite remember, though.
Mm-hmm.
At all.
Turns out that Rarity wasn't stealing the spotlight at all. Luna then heads off out of the dreamscape, and Sweetie Belle chases after her into another dreamscape. Turns out it's Rarity's past. Yeah, just a couple hours ago past. Turns out she was worrying over every last detail of the Sapphire Shores outfits, but convinces herself that she's done her best, and things will be great after a bit of shut-eye.
Mm-hmm.
Then Sweetie Belle notes that she hopes that everything goes all right, and Luna's like, "Hey, yo, you think things are gonna go okay with the thing that you did? How about we take a look at your future with the way things are now?"
So basically this episode is like that one Christmas story?
Yes, A Christmas Carol.
That's it.
Yeah, it's
Except
kind
with
of
Three Spirits, it's just Luna all the time.
Yep.
Yep.
She doesn't even do a costume change or nothing. It's crazy.
And like, I know who you are, but this still works.
We see Rarity presenting the headdress to Sapphire Shores. It fails spectacularly, and it turns Rarity into a neurotic mess that can never finish any work because she has to check and recheck it. Sweetie Belle begs to be woken up, and when she finally does, she runs in to reverse the damage on the headdress. But it turns out she's too late. She's already left for Camelot!
Oh no!
So she grabs the Cutie Mark Crusaders, and they jump on a train. Kids can just jump on trains now.
Yeah, just go cross country. 3 kids just knowing best and I.
Not that they haven't done it before. I mean, they went
Right.
with Spike before and the pets, right?
But it was Spike.
True.
Plus, they didn't exactly show themselves, and they went right back.
Well, they didn't show themselves. They showed themselves plainly on the train when they were going out there. The plan is to distract Rarity long enough to put the stitch back in. Turns out, though, on the way, they find out that Sweetie Belle doesn't really listen to Sapphire Shores and prefers show tunes. So Sapphire Shores is showing off her routines to Rarity, while Sweetie Belle and her compadres are trying to get past the guard outside. Of course, his cutie mark being a lock and all, he ain't moving.
Oh, and he knows how to do his job as a bouncer.
This is true. And a bodyguard, nonetheless. So as Rarity is showing off the costumes, CMC is still trying to get in. They improvise a zip line just as Rarity is going to present the headdress. Sweetie Belle flies in through the window, grabs it, and runs off. Rarity, of course, goes in hot pursuit, the CMC joining in. They pass the headdress around a couple of times. It's still in the box at this point. And eventually, Sweetie Belle grabs it and runs into a room. In there, Luna is standing. Bum, bum, bum! It's really a dream! Oh, wait. Nope. It's real life because Luna lives in Canterlot.
You see, this whole series is just one of Luna's dreams. And the dreams that she inhabits are dreams within dreams.
Dreams within dreams. Lunaception?
No, it's just dreams all the way down.
Oh, okay. So, of course, it turns out it's not a dream, and Luna gives her a spool of thread, saying that she's not too late to fix the problem, and there might even be a way to make it better. Rarity eventually finds Sweetie Belle, and she lays out what happened with the stitch after being jealous.
Mm-hmm.
Rarity notices the improvements and kind of forgives Sweetie Belle right there on the spot. They head back to Sapphire Shores, but Sapphire Shores has a bad feeling. You never trust your intuition. That's how I got to where I am today. Just imagine that, but in a sassy voice. So, sassy female voice instead. But Rarity wins her back with the headdress. Especially the extra touch that Sweetie Belle added. It's a dolphin stitch, and her lucky animal it's her lucky animal that swims with her inner dreams. Luna, I thought dreams were private business. Why are you sharing secrets?
Luna NSA. Think about it.
Luna is the NSA.
It's Lunsa.
Lunsa.
They slipped out the S just to throw you off. It's Lunsa.
Yes. So, of course, the moral of the story is don't be jealous of your siblings.
No. The moral of the story is have an all-powerful dream goddess to help you out with everything.
Help you out with situations.
Give you the secrets of everyone else's dreams.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me what she was dreaming.
Luna, use Dream Eater. It's super effective.
So, other than fan favorite Luna and fan favorite Sweetie Belle, what did you think of the episode? There was
CMC episodes suck. CMC episodes suck.
CMC episodes suck. I really like Sweetie Belle. She's always been pretty favorite. She had problems standing on her own this episode, but, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Good to see Luna again, if somewhat briefly. Just next time, she'll be invading Apple Bloom's dreams. But it'll just be apples, so... Apples.
Apple, boss, apple. Apple. I'm an apple.
Yeah, it'll just be Apple Bloom is an apple, and Luna will just be standing there trying to talk to her, and it'll just be an apple.
Look at me spin. I can spin all day. I'm an apple.
So, I guess then, speaking of Apple Bloom, we're going to talk about Leap of Faith, which is another Apple Family episode. There's been like 3 of them this season. It's pretty crazy. Pretty cray-cray. So we see the Apple family splashing around in a pond with Apple Bloom begging to do a dive into the pond. Apple, Jack, and Big Mac agree, and she does it, and then Granny Smith gets splashed. Apple Bloom wants her to come swimming, but she says she can't. She can't.
She can't.
Plurals of can't.
She cannot do this.
She recounts that she was a high diver once. Best aquabatics pony in Equestria. Or at least in Ponyville. Of course, jumping 6 stories down into into a shallow pool of water. Not so great for the body. And the hips just ain't been the same since.
Mm-hmm.
AKA, she old and her legs be hurting.
Mm-hmm.
Apple Blooms wonders if she'll ever be scared of the water, as Big Mac scares her with a shark fin. Nope.
They're gonna need a bigger boat.
The apples head back to the farm as they dissuade Apple Bloom from being a high diver due to the danger. Even Granny Smith is like, it was the dumbest thing I've ever done.
Mm-hmm.
Then all of a sudden, a crowd of injured ponies start to wander past them towards some music that's coming from the background. The apples end up following the music well, and they head over towards a big circus-looking tent thing.
Barnum and Bailey's.
More like the Flim Flam Brothers.
What? No, they don't exist anymore.
And we are greeted with the Flim Flam Brothers and another one of their "We're Gonna Sell You Some Crap" songs.
Are the songs effective?
Hell yeah, they are.
Cider, 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 cider.
Tonic, 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 tonic.
What else is too so? Apples, 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 apples.
So, the song starts out being about the danger of the world, and that they have the cure to all of them in the form of a tonic.
Do they have the cancer cure?
Yeah, according to them.
Whoa, they need to get patented and then make lots of money. What are they doing in a small town with such a powerful thing?
I have no idea why they would be peddling this small thing to a small town where they would have little to no common sense when it comes to medical technology.
How much does this wonderful, miraculous thing cost?
It seems like it only costs a couple of bits.
Whoa, that's pretty cheap considering that's like how much a cherry costs.
I know. It costs about the same as a cherry. Isn't it wonderful?
Wow. They must suck at marketing.
They're just really friendly and would like to sell us all the miracle cure for really cheap because they know we really need it. There's no way that it could possibly be made with cheap materials.
Oh, and they're good Samaritans now after that last episode that they showed up in?
Yeah, they're totally the best people. They totally learned their lesson as they ran away as soon as they lost the competition.
So unlike Trixie?
Yes, they're the best people now. They're totally not shysters.
Especially if they're singing a song. They never shyst when they sing a song.
It's like they're totally different characters now.
What?
So they offer to prove the tonic's effectiveness, and they give a pony with crutches the tonic, and he no longer needs the crutches. It's crazy. He dances right out the door.
Whoa! Right out the door, doesn't he stick around to thank them for their tonic?
Nope, he just dances right out the door. Applejack comments that it seems a bit fishy. They round out the song by promising that they can make you young again. And Granny Smith buys a bottle instantaneously.
What?
Applejack and Big Mac have a bad feeling about this. We then fast forward, and they're fishing off a cliff, and the apples see who else but Granny Smith swimming down the river. But she said earlier she couldn't swim. What the hell?
Did you take some of that purely genuine tonic?
Applejack and Big Mac do their best to rescue her, thinking that maybe she's, in the middle of the water with no way to get out, even though she's obviously swimming down the river. But whatever.
What? They jump to conclusions?
But she doesn't need any rescuing. She says that the tonic helped her hip, but AJ is still pretty skeptical. Granny Smith takes a swig and does a little jig. Ooh, baby. Much to their surprise, they question that it's really the tonic. Granny Smith says that she was still scared of the water up until this morning, until she drank some of the tonic, and then challenges Big Mac to some apple bucking. AJ and grabs Apple Bloom and decides it's time to find out what's in that tonic. She ends up going right to the source, the Flim Flam brothers themselves.
Do they sing another song?
Well, they come up on the tent, and we see that they are performing again. They are singing another song, same song as before, and that we see a pony dancing out of the door. It's the same pony that was cured from before.
Mm-hmm.
My God.
Did he get sick again?
He must have gotten sick again. Apple Bloom points this out, and they give chase because he runs away. They corner him, find out that his name is Silver Shill. They interrogate him on how the tonic works, but AJ, looking around, seeing some wigs and some fake legs and some crutches and stuff, starts to deduce that it might all be an act on his part.
What?
He uses...
They don't do acts. They're legitimate salesmen.
That's right. He ends up using one of his props to get away, and the apples search him out when Applejack runs into the Flim Flam brothers. She, posits that the tonic isn't real and that Granny Smith could hurt herself worse than before if she keeps it up, and that the Silver Shill friend that she is so manually cowering behind Flim Flam, the Flim Flam brothers, is prime evidence that it doesn't work and that it's just a sham. The brothers say, hypothetically, that even if the tonic was just a mixture of apple juice and beet leaves, hypothetically, that Granny Smith is in fact happier after she's had some. They guilt her into saying that it would be cruel for her to take the happiness away. Apple Bloom shows up, and Applejack says that as long as it works, she doesn't suppose it matters what's in it. So they head back to the farm where Granny Smith, Big Macintosh, and Apple Bloom are having a swim. Applejack posits, knowing the truth of the tonic, that maybe Granny Smith should take it a bit easy. Granny Smith says, phooey nonsense. Apple Bloom then says that they should enter the Ponyville swim meet, but Granny Smith isn't so sure that she should take it that far. Applejack, in her bright ideas, steps in and gets her to change her mind by giving her some more of the tonic. They head over. We shift back to the Flim Flam brothers, who are still selling it, trying to work for their hard-earned dollars, their hard-earned bits on this magical mystery cure, when Granny Smith shows up to buy a whole case.
What? A whole case?
Yeah. The crowd then asks if it really works, and Applejack says and I quote, Applejack says, it seems to work for Granny Smith. The brothers, of course, then take that as a perfectly good endorsement.
It's Applejack approved.
It's Granny Smith tested, Applejack approved. And Applejack, being the element of honesty, this persuades the crowd to buy it all up based on her.
She's no longer the element of honesty.
But you can't deny that she was at one point the element of honesty. And the most honest and dependable pony. Except for that one time when she was really tired and not all that honest and not all that dependable.
Wait.
Or that other time when she was under the spell of discord and also not all that honest and pretty lazy.
And how about that other time when she wasn't all that honest?
Like when they were surprising Pinkie Pie for her birthday party?
Yes.
Okay. So then we head to the swim meet, which is being judged by Dr. Who's Lyra and some other pony. But, Lyra, Apple Bloom, and Granny Smith are getting warmed up for their routine. Applejack reminds them to be safe and have some fun, because, that's all what these competitions are about. Granny Smith says, "Phooey," and they're going to take the win. Going in for the win.
Hype is real.
Thanks to the tonic.
All happening this Sunday.
And it turns out Flim Flam are there, selling it. They got shiny new posters with AJ's smiling face on there, saying, "This is Applejack approved. Granny Smith uses it. Look at her go."
Mm-hmm.
Applejack, of course, is slightly miffed, but Apple Bloom and Granny Smith get down to some swimming. They put in a pretty graceful routine. Nail it. Perfect 10 from all three judges. All of them. Perfect 10. The news and media are there. They ask how Granny Smith did it. She says it's all thanks to the tonic.
Bam.
Applejack spots Silver Shill on the side, and turns out he's gotten a promotion. Because, they don't have to do the show anymore. They got Applejack promoting this stuff on the side. It's great. Selling tons of it.
Mm-hmm.
No more acting for him. He says that that he feels like it was okay to continue to lie to the fine folks because of Applejack's endorsement. He taught her that it was okay to lie. And this finally breaks Applejack's spirit, and when she turns around to go tell the fine folks the truth, turns out Granny Smith is going to try to break the high diving record by jumping like 4 stories off of the high diving tower into a little thing of water. Little pool of water.
Right.
It's very small.
Why did they even have that thing set up?
I don't know.
I mean, if it's for good, no one's gonna expect them to do it.
And Applejack barely stops her in time before she goes splat on the ground.
Does she use her magic from episode 3?
She uses her lasso.
So magic.
Sure.
Wouldn't Granny Smith fall faster than the lasso could?
Well, no. You could technically impart more force on the lasso to overcome, speed of gravity.
The air resistance.
But you could impart more force because terminal velocity is confusing.
Sounds like science.
Plus magic. There's always magic.
Oh, okay.
Granny Smith is giving her hell for not letting her complete the jump, and that's when Applejack comes clean after seeing a rainbow shimmer through the bottle of tonic held up to the sun. She admits to the whole crowd that she lied. She explains that she didn't mean to, but everybody seemed happier, and it blinded her to the truth. She hopes that with time, she can regain everyone's trust. Apple Bloom asks why Granny Smith could do all the things that she's been doing. Applejack thinks that sometimes all you need is an extra confidence boost to pull out what was inside all along. The brothers are seconds away from saying, throwing out some more spin, that it's a confidence booster, when Silver Shill steps in and says that he helped make it, and that it's junk. He comes clean as well, and we get the moral. Believing in things can help you get the strength to make wonderful things happen. But if it's based on a lie, it's going to lead to real trouble.
What?
Flim Flam has snuck off again, and AJ writes in the shared journal with the bit that she got from Silver Shill to remind her of the ordeal. And it has a little rainbow shimmer on it.
What does it mean?
I don't know.
What does it mean? I don't know.
So far, in the tally of rainbow shimmer objects, we have a spool of thread with rarity, a pin a Wonderbolt spin with Rainbow Dash.
Mm-hmm.
A rubber chicken with Pinkie Pie. A flower for Fluttershy. And
Thread
What?
for Rarity. Rarity's thread?
I already said that one.
Oh, did you?
I said it first.
Oh, shit.
And now finally, a bit for Applejack. That's 5 things that have rainbow shimmers on them. Twilight does not have one yet. What is going to happen? What are these things? What could they possibly be?
Yeah.
What could they possibly represent?
Hats for the box.
Things to unlock the box of hats. It's a TF2 box.
Praise Gaben.
Praise Gaben.
Praise Gaben.
Well, maybe we'll find out in some of the episodes that are coming up in here in April. I have synopsises of them. None of them seem very Twilight specific, so probably not. But I'll go through the synopsises anyways, because it's news time.
What?
So next up, April 5th, episode 20. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Rainbow Dash is preparing to take her test on the history of the Wonderbolts, a test she must pass in order to become a member of the Wonderbolts reserves. Twilight offers to help her study, but soon realizes that her conventional methods do not work.
What?
Bum, bum, bum.
People all don't study the same way,
I know, it's crazy, right?
right? And why do you need to know the history of the team to join the team? That's just stupid.
But she's not joining the team. She's joining
The reserves.
The reserves.
Well, yeah, but to join, like, the Packers special team, you don't need to know who's...
This is more like joining the Packers farm team.
Okay, or the National Reserve?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the Coast Guard Reserve.
Yeah, you don't need to know, like, when the Coast Guard was enacted.
Maybe you do. Have you ever joined the Coast Guard Reserve?
I have not, but I don't think history would be... I mean, I know, like, methods and procedure would be big.
Maybe.
Mm.
Then, on April 19th, episode 21, Trade Ya! Spike and the main 6 are headed to the Rainbow's Falls Traders Exchange to find episodes they treasure. But
They find episodes?
They find items they treasure. But when things don't go exactly as planned, the girls learn that nothing is more valuable than their friendship.
So they trade their friendship for what?
Money,
Okay.
power, fame.
Okay.
And then on April 26th, episode 22, Inspiration Manifestation. Rarity loses her creative mojo
Oh no.
and feels like she may never be able to create again. Eager to help, Spike finds a spell that activates Rarity's vision, both good and bad. Bum, 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 bum.
What?
And then we're going to fast forward a little bit, and we have a synopsis for episode 24. Episode title, Equestria Games.
What?
Turns out Spike is in charge of lighting the torch for the opening of the Equestria Games. But
So does he just, like, breathe on it?
Probably.
Oh, okay.
But his nerves get the best of him.
I forgot how to breathe.
Well, it's more like belching.
Barker?
Belching.
Don't forget to neuter your flames. Others don't spread.
In other news, we have some official merchandise type news, and we have some fandom news, and then we have some stuff revolving around some other parts of the thing, and then con news. So, first, Canterlot Knights collectible card game expansion.
What about the Canterlot Mages or the Canterlot Squires?
Canterlot Knights. Nights.
Not Knights?
Not Knights. Just Knights, as in go to sleep. On May 16th, they're going to be announced. Or announced? They're already announced. They're going to be released. And we're going to get a new theme deck, 2 of them. A Celestia and Luna theme deck, and it's going to add 200 new cards to the collectible card game. The way they're advertising it so far, it seems like they're just going to be compatible with the existing cards. Hopefully.
That's how expansions go.
That's how expansions go, but technically, if you wanted to play Magic right now, you could pull out the very original set of cards that were ever released for Magic. You would lose to every single expansion in front of it, but you could still play with those cards.
Mm.
Because the way the powers of the cards go, the original cards, other than, of course, the things like lands and that kind of stuff, become obsolete.
Mm-hmm.
Because they just get replaced with cards that have better powers and better stats.
And better synergies.
Yes, and better synergies.
I think the synergies is the biggest part.
Probably.
Yeah.
But it's one of those things where it's like, the old cards never stop working because the game mechanics are the same, but they become useless.
Mm-hmm.
So hopefully that does not end up plaguing this game like it has with so many others in the past.
Oh, you know it will.
Oh, I know it will, but hopefully at least it won't happen with the first expansion set. Like, I really hope that it's not like, okay, the first expansion set came out in 6 months after the last one. Okay, none of the original cards are good pairings. Like, I mean, yes, you're going to have other ones because there's only 2 main character cards that are coming with this set, so you're going to have, but, yeah, whatever. Collectible card game, go spend more money, do it. Then we have a little bit of some fan news. First some bad news, then a little bit of good news to come back after that.
And then more bad news?
And then slightly more bad news after that, but not fandom related. So, I don't know if you guys remember Jan Animations. He's pretty popular for doing Button Mash Adventures. Did the Picture Perfect Pony video. He did the animated in-betweens for the Bronies documentary.
Mm-hmm.
And runs Tumblr, Astro Crusaders.
I don't like Button Mash.
You don't like Button Mash?
Nope.
No? Well, then you'll like this. He received a cease and desist from Hasbro. Bum, 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 bum. And he complied with the cease and desist and removed all the MLP-related stuff from his YouTube. Of course, that doesn't mean that it's gone from the internet forever, it being the internet. Several sites came to the quote-unquote rescue and put up archives of his stuff. So, it's never gone forever, but he's out of the quote-unquote legal spotlight as long as they don't go all Streisand effect on him and put the onus on him to try to remove all of the content from the internet, which is proven time and time again to be impossible.
Yep.
So, it looks like him and Shady Vox, Button Mash's voice actor, have complied with the cease and desist because they hope to have futures in the industry. Him being able to animate, Shady Vox being a pretty decent voice actor, and Jan Animations being a fairly decent animator that can animate show quality stuff by himself.
Mm-hmm.
I would say he would have pretty good futures in the industry in general. So
right.
I don't blame them for complying with the stuff and just having it pulled. So this caused, of course, an uproar in the fandom, as it were, and he and a couple people from Hasbro have caught wind, and then some permissions came back to have some of his animations put back up online. Unfortunately, it was only 2 things.
Which 2 things?
The animatic for Don't Mine at Night, the music video he did with Button Mash Sweetie Belle to the parody of Last Friday Night, the Minecraft parody that Shady Vox did, the voice actor for Button Mash. He wrote and made the music and all that stuff. And the parts from the BronyCon documentary, since they were, I guess they felt that they were enough based on the likenesses of real people and so on and so forth. Whatever. Hopefully we can see him return all of his stuff, but so far that's all that has come of it so far. So, more takedowns from Hasbro Land, slight victories in retaliation. Not that I would even call it retaliation. He was perfectly fine in complying. So, whatever. Then back to some bad news. Equestria Girls Rainbow Rocks.
That's still a thing?
Yep. In fact, it's so much a thing, they they released an exclusive clip with vinyl scratch and EDM. Yep, it runs about 3 minutes long. I watched it. There's lots of things that happen in synchronized time with EDM music while vinyl scratch is walking around with headphones on.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty much what happens in there.
Pretty much the whole video.
At the end, Celestia takes the headphones away, but then she's crafty and she has earbuds. She puts them back in.
I wouldn't exactly call that crafty.
It's crafty.
Is it though?
It's crafty.
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But based on this and the couple other things that I've seen, looks like Rainbow Rocks might not be getting a theatrical release like the original Equestria Girls did. It looks like it might just be going straight to DVD, but we can only hope so. We don't need any more theater incidents, friends.
But I wanted to go to the theater.
You missed your chance.
I would have dressed up as, like, Harry Potter.
Sweet.
I know. I could pull it off, too.
And then, finally, con news.
Is it BabsCon?
We have good BabsCon news.
BabsCon!
And then some sad news after that.
Oh,
so
okay.
It's been a very up and down kind of show. If you don't, we started pretty low with For Who the Sweetie Belle Toils. I liked Leap of Faith a little bit more.
A little bit, but Apple Lips said.
I like Applejack, so whatever.
Apple.
And then we went into collectible card games, so that was the peak there. And then we went into Jantz Animations, and that was a down.
That was a bummer.
And then we stayed kind of down with Rainbow Rocks, and now we're going way back up with BabsCon.
All right, what's up with BabsCon? Tell me.
We have a list of the community guests that are going to be at BabsCon. Bum, 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 bum. Community guests, as in people from the fandom that make fan stuff. What? So I'll just go through the list.
All right.
So we got Jessie Nowak. She's a voice actress, parody writer, and she's best known for voicing Vinyl Scratch in Epic Web Time, Pony Rock Anthem, I Am Octavia, many other animations, that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Ellie Monty, she did the voice and the singing for Octavia in I Am Octavia, Bubbles in Double Rainbow, and Buttons Mom in Buttons Adventures. Sherclop Pones, Jenny Nicholson, and Griffin Lewis.
That's a name I recognize.
Friendship is Witchcraft.
Mm-hmm.
Dusty Cat, the manliest brony in the world. Host of the popular show, Stay Brony, My Friends, blah, blah, blah. Apple Cider.
Like just apple cider, like selling cider?
Nope. It's like a podcast and website and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Private Stampede. Known for muscles, wit, and stuff. He's a guy, I guess. He must be horse famous. Who else? Boxy's coming. Yes, the Queen of B from 4chan. Boxy is going to be there. Yeah. Legends of Equestria.
Don't you mean Equestria Online?
Sure.
Yes.
The site of Equestria Daily. They will be there.
Like they're just bringing the servers?
Sethesto, Kaplan, Zero. They're all going to be there.
Right.
Ponyville Live. Executive producer Michael Brockhoff and director Lauren Malquez from Bronies, the extremely unexpected adult fans of My Little Pony.
Mm-hmm.
And the new documentary, A Brony Tale, Brett Hodges.
I don't know if I want to see any Brony Tales. Sounds weird. Yeah.
So that's the list of fandom people who are going to be at BabsCon. So go check it out. It's like in 2 weeks or something like that, So if you haven't gotten plans already and you don't just live in the area, it's probably going to be a difficult sell to try to get out there at this point. But, whatever.
Right.
But you may want to think about it if you live in the area, especially in LA, because EQLA is no longer going to be holding cons.
Okay.
EQLA is shutting down. They posted on Twitter that they thank their volunteers and show staff for 2 wonderful conventions and that it'll not be happening anymore. So that's our last little piece of sad news, and that is all the news that I got, sis. You have anything else to add there, Darko?
Nope. I might be starting a bowling team coming up.
A bowling team?
for a bowling league.
Like online bowling?
No. Going down to a bowling alley and bowling.
Wow. For real bowling.
Yeah.
Well, I wish you good luck. I used to do some bowling back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
I was on my high school bowling club. We were not a team. We did not compete against any other schools. So we just competed against ourselves.
Yeah. How'd you do?
I was pretty good. Our team never straight up won. There was a team that was pretty stacked.
Oh.
But, and you know, since we all kind of relatively stayed in the same grade range, you know, it never really got any better.
Mm-hmm.
But, I in particular had, you know, a pretty good average. Wasn't too bad.
What was it?
Oh, it was like in the 130s, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Which, you know,
Oh.
for up and coming, you know, middle school / high schooler, I guess that's okay. It would have just
Right.
continued to get better if I had stayed with it, but I didn't.
Mm-hmm.
So, shame on me.
Shame, shame, shame.
But I think that's our episode for this week.
Alright.
So we'll see everybody next week. Make sure you check us out on Twitter at New Lunar Radio. Also on YouTube, youtube.com/New Lunar Radio. And as always, don't get fooled by the foolster.
Boom.
Later, everyone.
Alright.